Thank you for joining today's webinar, hosted by Adjust and Unity. Today, we'll be focused on how to unlock your app marketing automation by using both technologies built into MMPs and channel technologies. I'm Andrew Kasbari. I'm a lead product manager here at Unity. I work on the Acquire side of the business, which is Unity's performance advertising product.
Hi, my name is Andrei Kazakov. I'm CEO at Acquired.io, an Adjust company, and VP Partnerships at Adjust.
Great. So first things first is a little bit about how both Unity and Adjust moved into marketing automation. A little bit of a high level from Unity's side is that we're a market leader in development and advertising in gaming. We have a bird's eye view of mobile marketing and common UA practices, and we really invest heavily into smart business solutions driven by data and machine learning.
And at Adjust, we're we're the first MMP to start bringing further functionality to other clients beyond measurement. So the data that we measure is actually actionable and actionable at scale. As Adjust as the company, we're founded in 2012. Now we're actually more than 500 employees already, and we're steadily growing globally with the mission to power mobile app marketing for everybody in the world.
So a little bit about Unity. We started in the content creation space and have grown in that market over the years. We currently power about 50% of games. And we've also heavily invested in building a large user acquisition and monetization platform that currently reaches 2 billion devices globally, so you can grow and maintain your mobile app business. So Unity and Adjust wanted to come together as leaders in the mobile advertising space to provide our perspective on where automation is changing mobile marketing and how you can adjust your user acquisition strategies going forward. We'll start with an introduction on the evolution of automation, setting yourself up for success, leveraging data, streamlining your processes, putting automation in practice, and then ending with a conclusion and a wrap-up. So process automation has been used widely across many different sectors. Our topic is obviously about UA automation, but automation has been around for many, many years. In mobile marketing specifically, it's all about how to use process automation to scale within set specific limits. In general, the evolution of automation has been providing a competitive edge for over a century in many different industries. Today, some of the biggest industries rely on automation, whether that's automotive, food services, accounting services, banking. Now, mobile marketing today is full of manual touch points, which we believe is a huge opportunity for marketers who can implement automation into their workflows to really improve their lives and improve their buys. So I'll kick it over to Andre to tackle how to set yourself up for success.
Okay, setting yourself up for success. That's definitely essential for anyone who is going to go after automation strategies in mobile user acquisition. So it all starts with a setup. That is the best to analyze and deploy at scale. And that starts with attribution solution that gives you APIs to create apps, events, and other entities to automatically deploy apps at scale. So you can actually be able to scale when you really need to. And the second step is data. So you need to have a single point of truth where all your custom metrics are available at the required levels of granularity. And that needs to account for both in-app revenue and ad revenue. Modern marketing requires a reliable source of truth, as mentioned earlier. And having that source of truth is very essential to actually making sure that your automation is functional. And having said that, we think that having ability to get granular at every level that you intend to optimize is where it all starts. But essential measurement setup is also vital because a lot of discrepancies actually start when there is a confusion in naming conventions, right? So that's actually one of the biggest pain points in cost aggregation is when campaign names mismatch between tracking and ad networks. And that's very simple but effective advice to actually use a naming convention from the very beginning that you're going to stick to across your all ad campaigns. That's just going to save a lot of effort going forward when it comes to getting your data together. So it is fairly vital for MMP itself to be able to support automation as the function of measurement. So you can have capability to create trackers and apps in a way that enables advertiser to scale. So because a lot of modern advertisers deploy a lot of apps, and it's important to be able to figure out how you deploy measurement and attribution when you need to release a lot. And having attribution that can support that is the required foundation. So the use of Campaign API to automate tracker creation is one of examples of that. So a manager can rely on, for example, a Just API to fully automate their operations on attribution. One of the clients that we can look into is called Coda. That's like a hyper casual platform in United Kingdom, and their setup is based on ability to actually optimize on a granular level, and that starts with their ability to get data on the granular level, so they can also make and introduce changes on that granular level in a timely fashion, so they can automate a lot of their day-to-day operations and be effective. Acting on your data is absolutely essential when you want to automate something. But to be able to act on data, first of all, certain things need to be figured out, like metrics at certain level of granularity need to be set up and available. So acting on data real time would mean that you have ability to act on certain level of granularity as soon as certain things happen. And it's very important to figure out that metrics that you are willing to act upon are properly defined versus the frequency of your action. So what I'm saying is that if you intend to change bids and budgets daily, you need to make sure that, say, your D1 ROI is fully matured and relevant and ready to use before you actually applying changes based on conditions. As a marketer, your job is basically to be able to act on data and making sure that you're acting on right kind of data. And it really depends what is your objective, because at certain scale, you might need to be able to get sufficient volume at target ROS metric. Or if you're trying to go granular, you're trying to get maximum IPM at certain ROS too, right? When I say IPM, I mean installs per mile, and you can be going to creative level, for example, or sub-publisher level, and you'll be figuring out how much more of the users of the certain quality I can get if I use that certain creative at that certain sub-publisher, and you measure that with relevant metrics that describe it the best way possible to suit your needs. High level is obviously good to figure out how the whole portfolio performs, but granular is essential to optimize it. And talking of mobile app advertising, specifically sub-publisher level bidding, it is essential to get sub-publisher level spend and then capability to map that out to attribution data so you can get ROIs. And as long as you're capable of calculating those things, you can bid on sub-publisher level. That will give you capability to allocate your budget in a way that it delivers the most return at the volume threshold you need, where you can get the most of high quality users across campaigns you're buying from. Conditional automation or rule-based automation is something that you can use when you have your data together. You have your metrics defined at respective levels of granularity, and you can act on those levels of granularity. You can use any rule-based framework for your automation operations as long as your data is there, and you're well equipped to make changes on campaigns, sub-publisher, or any other applicable level. One of the good examples for rules could be this. That one gives capability to concentrate impressions in sub-publishers that deliver the most installs. And the rule would be if IPM, which is sub-publisher IPM, is less than parent campaign IPM multiplied by 0.25, then decrease bid by 10%. So basically, we're bidding down 10% on all sub-publishers in a quartile that generating less installs. And that rule could be applied on sub-pub every day. So you cut out low volume sub-publishers and put it where the volume is actually present. Popcore use a variety of tools to automate. They're very versatile with their creative creation process, and they also use Unity to build their apps. They leverage data to make rule-based decisions and also automate their flow to ship and publish as many apps as they can.
Great, thank you, Andre.
Thank
So
you.
I'll talk a little bit about how to streamline your processes even further using some of the built-in automation technologies that the different platforms and channels offer today. So first and foremost is, these built-in technologies exist in most of the large SDK networks and platforms today. They allow a UA manager to take advantage of this automation, which allows them to optimize towards specific post-install goals. Now, these products allow UA manager to basically define a post-install target, whether it be a return on ad spend or a custom in-app action, and then let the machines do the heavy lifting. This allows the UA manager to free up a lot of time to focus more on UA strategies, working with their creative teams, or just working with other parts of their business. We here at Unity also believe that 2020 will be the year that automated ad revenue optimization finally hits the mainstream market. Ideally, this will unlock a whole new world of UA automation for many of the apps on the market today. So why are these products so powerful? Well, the answer kind of lies in machine learning and data at scale. As an individual company, you may only have detailed data on your own user base. However, these platform algorithms are built on top of their own large-scale data inputs. So when you combine these large-scale data inputs with your post-install data, the platform algorithms are able to much more accurately predict how users will perform in your apps once you've acquired the users. Leveraging these technologies can free up the need for manual campaign optimizations even further than what Andre was talking about, and also provides confidence that your budgets will be well spent. And last but not least, make sure that you're always taking privacy seriously. You always want to understand how a UA platform handles your users' data. It's important to do your research before committing to send any data to different platforms. You want to aim to fully understand whether your channel of choice is ahead of the curve in terms of privacy laws or is constantly trying to catch up. These built-in automation technologies are quite powerful. However, you really want to make sure that your users' privacy is top of mind. Our example on a studio based out of Australia, which is Shark Jump Studios. Now they use Adjust for attribution, they build on Unity, and they also use Unity for their user acquisition. They leverage Adjust today to pass these post-install events to Unity, augmenting our platform data. And it powers Unity's retention and in-app purchase return on ad spend optimization product called Audience Pinpointer. Today, over 50% of the installs generated by Shark Jump are on Audience Pinpointer campaigns, and this drastically reduces the time spent on campaign optimizations. So we'll talk a little bit also about putting this automation in practice, starting with a little bit about Adjust's product offering.
Absolutely. Thank you. So with Adjust, we provide a product suite that measures, automates, and protects whatever user acquisition person deals with day to day, right? And we give advertiser one single place where all the data flows in when it comes to spend and ad buying. And on top of that, we provide a set of tools and framework to automate all that. So we think about that as end-to-end solution, which measures, automates, and protects whatever advertiser does. And if we look at Automate products, like we have like two offerings here, which are really different. One of them is Control Center, and Control Center is really out of the box actionable pivot table where advertisers can change bids and budgets, applied conditional automation using rule engine, and also use metrics directly available within Adjust, so they can do essential automation and basically apply it to any data that is available within attribution itself. Adjust Automate Enterprise is different because it's meant to be a bespoke custom solution that is being put on top of both attribution and clients BI. So we go deep about being able to enrich data that is coming from clients BI itself. Even there are a lot of things that could be customized, like custom metrics and custom EDL and reporting that could be provided to a client. But in general, still any level of granularity that is available from the channel could be acted on and measured.
All right, and I'll jump a little bit into Unity's Audience Pinpointer product. It's a tailored solution that allows you to focus on what your specific needs are, depending on your monetization strategy. It, in practice, allows you to set your targets, whether those are retention targets or in-app purchase ROAS targets, and effectively target, price, and report on your user acquisition campaigns to make the management as easy as possible. And at the end of the day, it is powered by machine learning. The algorithm will predict user value, and in coordination with our conversion algorithm, we'll make sure that you're spending as smart as you can with machine learning backing your campaign optimization. And in conclusion, a little summary of the presentation. First and foremost is make sure you establish a good source of truth analytically. You always want to make sure that you can trust the data that you're using. Next is building out your measurement framework first. From there, you can use the data within the MMP to actually inform how you want to build process automation around your user acquisition strategy. And next, leveraging built-in automation technologies when possible. Feel free to try to leverage these to enhance your user acquisition strategies. And then lastly, don't forget about privacy. Make sure that you're taking privacy seriously, because at the end of the day, it is your users' data, so you want to make sure that you're holding that as close to the chest as possible. Thank you so much. If you want to contact anyone at Unity to get started, you can reach us at advertise@unity3d.com.
Thank you. Also, if you are willing to connect anyone at Adjust, feel free to email to automate@adjust.com. Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you so much.